Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is in your neck of the woods, this is Tony. Welcome to today's video. I'm going to give you a rundown of all the upcoming rebalance changes and additions for the 7.0 update. The high, heavy, the Skadi, medium, the Snaer, light, all the damage, ammo, and range stats are on the screen. Nitro unit, increase speed by 15% while you have 70% or more HP. So it's kind of the opposite of an overdrive unit. So instead of activating once you drop below a certain threshold, it's already active above a certain threshold. So that's really interesting. Not as crazy of a module I thought it was going to be. So now I think maybe beacon runners, it could be very valuable to get to locations, but not something you'd be wanting to run on every single bot because it's really easy to drop below 70%, and now you have no benefit for those modules any longer. So yeah, I don't think the risk is worth the reward in that case. Next we have the rebalance of the Hawk, ability cooldown from 22 to 20 seconds, ability duration 8 to 6 seconds. I think that's not good for the Hawk. Hate to see that ability shorter and shorter. Sonic weapons, reload interval 1.25 to 1.5. And the damage minus 10%. Not huge, but it's noticeable. You'll see in the Scorpion gameplay a little bit later. Hellburner, no ability self-damage. That's cool. It's going to be a lot more viable, and I think you're going to see a lot more of those things out there blowing up shells in the meter. It's going to be a great Demeter counter, I believe. Get in there, blast them, get them down the last stand. Next we have the Hover, 10% HP. Vitiaz, 10% HP. I know I'm saying it wrong. You guys can correct me in the comments. Shoots, 7% HP. Corona, reload interval 2 seconds to 1.8. I think they should have dropped it down to 1.5. I think that would have been fair and more in line with what the Sonic weapons are going to be. Gust Halo, 10% damage. That's nice. Raven, cooldown from 20 to 18 seconds. Griffin, cooldown from 25 to 22 seconds. And Alquin, max speed 50 to 52 seconds. As you guys can see, I have the new weapons on right now, and you're kind of wondering, why, Tony, why do you have these big white boxes on your head? Simple reason is Pixonic doesn't have the renderings for these for the in-game. They have them for the hanger, but not the in-game. It's usually like this when new weapons and stuff come out. I'm not going crazy in depth with these because I believe there is a bug. They're not really locking on, and you're not getting a proper idea of how much damage you're actually doing. So for me to do like a full in-depth analysis, it would kind of be pointless. I think, just showing these off, I think next week they're going to have them much more dialed in and much more refined. You guys can tell that they're nowhere near a complete item because they don't even have the visual for them. I think the visual effect, the actual shooting of the weapon, that Scourge-like, Calamity-like looking thing, I think that needs to be reduced a little bit. When you have a bunch of those firing at once, it kind of blocks the whole screen, and you can't exactly see where your point of aim is. I think a lock-on mechanism, not so much like as long as the flux or something like that, but just something to indicate and lock you onto your target. I think you still should have to manually keep your on target, but there needs to be some type of lock mechanism. They're kind of just all over the place, but really cool. I like the reload. The reload is really, really nice. It automatic reloads, so you could dip back behind cover. When you want to re-engage, you can come back out and start firing again. Really cool. So I'm just swiveling, moving with this Orochi robot. I'm really excited for this to come to the live server, guys. You guys have no idea. I think the 7.0 update is going to be a huge update. That birthday event, I'm really, really looking forward to that. That is kind of all I've been thinking about lately. I think we're maybe 11, 12 days away. It could be sooner. I've seen Pixonic cut events short to start the next one, so you can't always go by the date where it says the special delivery event's going to end. So that's just a rough gauge. Oh, also keep in mind, all of the rebalances are subject to change. So this isn't the final end all be all. So what Pixonic will do, they'll release this rebalance, this week on the test server. They'll get the feedback from everybody on the test server, and then they'll adjust from there. So next weekend it could be a different story. For example, the crate, the Titan weapon, that has gotten a change since last week, and I will show you guys that just a bit after this Scorpion when I bring out my Titan. But let's focus on here, see what this sonic weapon nerf is going to be like. Please keep in mind I do have modulative intensifiers and death mark on here, so it's not a clear, accurate gauge because I am doing extra damage. Right now at this point it's run out, so now you can see what type of damage it does and how long it takes for that reload, and it simply just wasn't all that crazy. That's not enough to get a full estimation of it. Maybe I could do a breakdown later on, specifically on the sonic weapons, if that's something you guys would be interested in. Okay, so here we go. Here are the crate weapons. Right off the bat, what I noticed differently from last week. So the visual effect of them has been decreased. The particles were a lot larger. The glow around them was a lot larger. I think somewhere in the middle would be the best in my opinion. Also, they reduced it. It seems like they reduced the ammo by half, if not more. Maybe I would say somewhere to 40 to 60% they reduced the ammo. And instead of a 12-second reload, there's an 8-second reload. So there's a little bit of balancing there. They knew keeping that 12-second reload with such a small amount of ammo was a horrible idea, so they reduced the reload to more match up with the new ammo amount, which is cool. You can still do work with it, but you can't go out there and fight like you used to. I used to be able to take down any Titan one full salvo easily. Now you can't really do that anymore. Laying into that Sharanga, tomato. What do you guys call it? Sharanga or Sharanga? Okay. Heal my team right now. Get a little fire on this guy. Try to drop him down the last stand. Oh, and they also added a sound effect. It's not as annoying as the Viper, but it's not a very cool, pleasant sounding weapon. It's not that bad, but I don't know. I had high hopes from last week when I saw those huge glowing blue beams. They look really cool, and they reduced those this week too. But I get why it all puts a strain on the game, on the servers, on people's phones, the internet, you know, all those extra effects. Okay, that Sharanga. So now I see that's going to be a huge power position for Sharangas once it comes to the live server. His weapons peak just over that wall. And as you guys know, that's where some Ao Mings and Arthurs like to hang too. That's going to be a good spot for them. Titan Slayer, very nice. Lighten them up, lighten them up, lighten them up. Yeah, see, if this was last week's version, that guy would have been melted down, no problem at all. Now get taken out. And look at this Hawk with the new weapons. He looks like he got a pizza box on his head. Just giving you guys a little show, see what those weapons look like. And there it is, guys. Appreciate you guys. The growth has been amazing on the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. I've had a really bad migraine the past 2 days, so I haven't been able to make as much content as I would like, but I do keep continuing to upload daily.